Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, short track racing action. It is Thursday night. That means the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series, presented by Red Light Racing, is back on the track, and we welcome you all here to the Lucas Oil Raceway, or some people call it IRP. It's short track racing. It's going to be 100 laps the distance here tonight, and we can't wait. The short track racing action this season here with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series has been hot. It has been heavy. A lot of comers, a lot of goers, and tonight 19 drivers have already turned in a practice lap here, and some of the names that have already won this season: Dalton Williamson, Brian Hacker, and AJ Rogers. 3 drivers have found themselves in victory lane in the first 4 races of the season. Will we have another repeat winner? Will Dalton go for his 3rd win this season, or will somebody else come up here and crown themselves a winner tonight here in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series? We welcome you all in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're glad you are here. We're glad you're ready to watch some short track racing action. This groove here tonight at the Lucas Oil Raceway, it's going to be a little bit challenging. Here in practice, a lot of drivers found a lot of speed up against that fence line. The problem is, it can get very, very treacherous up on top there. We're going to see if a lot of drivers are willing to take that challenge here tonight, or if they're going to slide down the speedway just a little bit. We're going to find out here in just a little bit, but with just under 2 minutes left here in our practice session, we're going to step away for just a moment, and we'll be back here after the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Lucas Oil Raceway. Qualifying officially underway. Now let's take a look at some of the drivers that are coming out onto the track here for the first time tonight. Al Smith Jr. out of South Glen Falls, New York. He is the 3rd placed driver in our championship hunt. He'll hit the track for his 2 laps of qualifying here. Already 50 seconds in. Right now, no lap times are on the board. So Al Smith right now coming in as a Rookie of the Year candidate. Doesn't have any wins to his name, but does have 3 top 5s and 3 top 10s. He is just 14 points out of the championship hunt. We'll see if he's going to be able to have a good run here tonight. Last week's podium finisher, that's the 54. There is Rex Hoyle. He is 4th currently on the timing and scoring charts here tonight. Top of the boards, it's going to be the Swagger in, number 97. Don Coneman goes to the top of the boards here in our qualifying session. Sitting 2nd, last week's winner, the BK Paints Glove Box Racing entry. Dalton Williamson is still 2nd onto the boards. Tim Williams, the other 3rd entry out of that stable between Coleman and Williams. Well, Williams and Williamson. This is Tim Williams. He is sitting 4th on the speed charts. Then look at this. 2 more teammates. Brandon Massey Brian Hacker, Al Smith, they are lined up 4, 5, and 6. There's Hacker. He just finished up his first lap of qualifying. It was 4th quickest with a 21.16. So all drivers right now, it looks like 15 of them all in that 21.2 to 21.0 second bracket, just 0.2 separating your top 15 drivers here. You saw Hacker get a little out of shape, but look at this man making his first attempt on the year. He's the driver out of Summerville, South Carolina. Now you're watching Richard Murdoch, the Full Throttle Racing entry. He's been away from the sim for the last 2 weeks as he was on a little bit of a vacation, but he is back here on the iRacing platform, and right now he is 12th quickest on his qualifying efforts. Max Terriol, the most winningest driver of the SK division. He is second on the timing and scoring as he just bumped up that trio of Kohnman, Williamson, and Williams. So now Terriot going to that second position. That'll put 16 cars that have already qualified here tonight. Darrell Clauder out of Florida is the 16th place vehicle currently. Kurt Smith, Chris Fritz, and A.J. Rogers have yet to turn in a time as they still have a little bit of time here tonight. It's just 3 minutes into our qualifying session, so he does have 2 minutes to turn a lap. Right now, Don Kohnman is your provisional pole sitter here. While we have time here during this lone qualifying session with waiting for those drivers to make their timed laps yet, we do got to thank everybody for tuning in here, of course, on the Turn 3 Racing Network, but we really got to thank the guys up there at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply coming on board here with Red Light Racing to be the premier sponsor of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series presented by Red Light Racing. If you're up there in Ayer, Massachusetts, make sure you stop by and say hello to the friendly staff up there, or if you need a turn signal, one of those blinkers, go ahead, stop in. They will have it for you in your vehicle. Unless you got the new Bronco, then you may have to wait for the turn signal. They got everything else that you need for the Bronco because it's coming, race fans. And you know what else is coming? This driver, A.J. Rogers, is out onto the speedway now. He's going to look to make his qualifying times here tonight. A.J. Rogers is officially on the timing and scoring sheet as he did take the green flag. Let's watch to see where the 17 comes across the start-finish line. Where will he jump up to on the boards? It'll be 11th quickest for A.J. Rogers. It's going to be a 21.20 on lap number 1 for Rogers, so it's the 11th fastest out of the 17 drivers who have taken a qualifying time here tonight. As Rogers comes back across the line on lap number 2, it is a little bit quicker, but it's not good enough to move up onto the top 10 at least right now. So now we wait to see if any of the other drivers, Kurt Smith or Chris Fritz, as it looks like qualifying will actually end. So Don Kohnman will be our pole sitter here tonight as we head into this race here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. Don Kohnman out of Wisconsin claiming the pole. Let's take you through your starting lineup here tonight. Starting on the front row, you do see right there, that is going to be the 97 of Don Kohnman. To his outside, the man from north of the border, it's the 42, that is Max Terriol. Starting position number 3, row number 2 here tonight, it's the Glove Box Motorsports driver. That's Dalton Williamson. Starting in the 4th position, also one of the Canadian resident drivers here in the Red Light Series. This is the 45, that is Tim Williams. Starting 3rd row, position number 5 out of Illinois. It's the number 11 Illinois, that is Brian Hacker. He won the season opener. Sitting in the 6th position, row number 3, it's going to be the Ironton, Ohio driver, the Old Shed VIP Graphics entry. That's the 65 of Brandon Massey. Smith Racing Inc., VIP Graphics Old Shed. That's the 96 out of South Glen Falls, New York. That's Al Smith Jr. It's the IPA F5 machine, the number 19. That is the Yeeter himself. That is Travis Yeet Minto. Starting in the 9th position, the 45 out of Carolina. That is Rex Hoyle. It's the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply entry, the number 40. That's Rob Higgins. Starting in the 11th position here tonight, driving the number 17. He's also a winner this season. You're looking at A.J. Rogers. Starting in the 12th position, driving for the Racing School, number 10B, Dan Butler. Starting 13th on the grid, the Full Throttle Racing, Somerville, South Carolina. Driver the Adventure in Pixels 01. That's Richard Murdoch. Starting in the 14th spot, driving for the Need for Speed Motorsports Stables, the DraftTop.com, number 2, Josh Buckley starts 14th. 15th on the grid tonight, driving the Green Forest Tree Supply entry, it's the 43 of Joe Strano. Driving out of New York, driving the 37 New York, it's going to be Brian Robinson. Starting 17th is the almost coast driver out of Florida, the number 5 of Darrell Clauter. There's the 3. That is Chris Fritz, the unsponsored number 3. He'll start in the 18th spot. 19th in shotgun to the field, driving the PPG Paints number 6 out of Indiana. That is Kurt Smith. Smith is tailing the field here, but we'll see if he's going to be able to work his way through into a front-running position. He made his way through the field last week, and we'll see if he can do it again here tonight, race fans, because we are getting ready for 100 laps of racing action here at the Lucas Oil Raceway, and we got to welcome you all in. I hope you got your soda pops ready, your adult beverages. Let's drink them topless here tonight, race fans. Go to drafttop.com, get your, Draft Top bar tool, and drink topless tonight. Don Coleman, Max Terriel will do the dance down into turn number 1. Coleman going to take the outside lane here. 100 laps of the Checkered Flag SK Modifieds start right about now as the green flag is out for the first time here tonight. Put 100 laps on the top. Let's go racing. Turn 1, Coleman stays right to the outside because he doesn't have anywhere to go because Max Terriel down on the bottom, and he is digging early on. Everybody up the track. The 45 of Williams almost taking a tag into the outside wall. He stays green, or we stay green. He stays clean. There you see the 97 of Coleman going to lose the lead out of turn number 4. Oh, him and Terriel get into it. Terriel down to the inside, and Terriel going to make hard contact down to the bottom. And oh boy, that's going to be rough to come back from there for the 42 of Max Terriel. Caution flag will come out. Lap number 1. Coleman did come back across the start-finish line to lead lap number 1 here tonight. So we'll see in just a second what happened when the truck used it up. Looks like coming out of turn number 4, possibly, I'm hearing. The 42 comes up, the 97 comes down. We will see that here in just a moment. Let's throw the replay back here and see what happened out of turn number 4. There you see the 42 down to the inside. There's the 97 to the outside. Oh, maybe a little netcode, but both of them come together. And Terriel going to go hard into the inside wall with the 42. He's able to drive it away, but that is hard contact there for the driver of that 42. Let's go back here. Right on board with Terriel. He is down on the bottom groove here. And you don't see the Coleman machine, but that just tells you the hard contact there with the right front wheel of this modified. The Hoosier wheel going into the outside wall. It's going to definitely bend some of the A-arms. Maybe that front suspension is going to be severely tweaked here tonight. We'll see if he's going to be as competitive as the 42 was. He had the second fastest qualifying time, and now he's down onto the pit roads here tonight. So with just completing 1 lap technically of the green flag before the first yellow flag waving here tonight, the lineup kind of shifts a little bit. It's Coleman and Williams, the front 2 now. Then it's Williamson, Hacker, Massey, Smith, Minto, Hoyle, Higgins, Rogers rounding out the top 10. Max Terriel still sitting down on pit road as actually he'll come right back out trying to stay on the lead lap, and he will. So he'll rejoin the tail of the field here tonight. Do you have a leaky radiator in your daily car, race fans? Well, we got a solution for you. Head on over to the Checkered Flag Auto Supply up there in Ayer, Massachusetts. The friendly, knowledgeable staff, it's a family-owned affair, and they will be able to find you the part. If it's not on the shelf, they will go and track it down for you. They will bring it to you. Head up over to the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and get what you need today to get your daily driver racing like a race car down the highway. We don't condone the racing on the highway, but it will get you definitely moving like these SK Modifieds. Lights on the iRacing pace car do go out here on lap number 6. So it'll be 6 laps officially in the books when we go back to the green flag. iRacing pace car is down and away here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. We will go back six laps in as the green flag will come back out. Coleman Williams will do the dance down into turn number 1. Coleman going to take the outside. Question being, that 97 did bounce it off the outside wall. How much damage is done to Coleman? Green flag is back out in the air, and we are racing once again. Hacker going to give that 97 a little bit of a bump, get him going down the front straightaway here. That 45 of Williams going to stay down on the bottom. He's not going to have the grip. He's going to lose a little ground. 97 of Coleman going to take the lead. Oh, contact there between Tim, and I believe that was Brian Hacker, the 11 Illinois, to the outside groove. Dalton Williamson trying to get a little racy down there on the bottom. But it's all going to single file out for your front 2 spots. You do see Dalton Williamson down on the bottom trying to work the bottom groove here. But right now, it seems like the groove preferred, the fast way around this track is to the outside, because here comes Al Smith. He'll work around that glove box. BK Paints entry. That'll move him back another spot. Dalton might be able to find a home here in front of Brandon Massey as they work down the back straightaway. Now Brian Hacker going to go down to the bottom, try to work around his Canadian friend. And he's going to throw a little bit of a slide job on Tim Williams there coming out of turn number 4. So the 11 Illinois of Hacker going to take over P number 2. Now he'll try to put the assault down on Coleman for the race lead. Williams, though, tried to follow back down to the bottom. Not going to be able to do it. It looks like that is Dalton Williamson. He will find a home running there in the 5th position. A little bit farther back, you see Richard Murdoch. He's running in that 12th position. He was able to find a home, but then here's Rob Higgins. The checkered flag auto supply Higgins racing entry. He's battling side by side. That's Darryl Clauter down to the inside. Everybody scatters a little bit farther up in front of them. Travis Minto going to scatter down to the inside. Dan Butler also down to the inside. They're all following A.J. Rogers down around the bottom groove here tonight. Everybody has now moved off the top side. They're running about the middle groove here tonight. A.J. Rogers still trying to peek to the inside of that 01 of Richard Murdoch out of Summerville, South Carolina. Murdoch scraping the outside wall with the unsponsored 01 entry. Higgins back there almost smacked that wall coming out of turn number 2. For the time being, green flag still here as you see Buckley in the draft top. Green Forestry supply entry. He right now holds that 10th position. A.J. Rogers would like to have it. Max Terriot still out there on track. There you see the driver of that 42. He is already back up a handful of positions. He is running into the 14th spot. The wheel is a little damaged. It's a little narrowed up on that right front, but the 42 is still out here trying to compete for points tonight. He's not going to pull it down the pit road. The 10B of Dan Butler, the racing school entry, still trying to work his way into the top 10. He started in that 12th position. That's where he's running right now. A little bit of a gaggle of a mess up here. Rex Hoyle looks like he's trying to work around the VIP graphics number 65. That is Brandon Massey. Oh, look at him wheel to wheel, literally. Hoyle has some front nose damage. The bumper bar is a little beat up on that 54 machine. Everything's still single file out front. It's Coleman, Hacker, Williams, Williamson, and then you see this battle. You see Al Smith Jr. Look at Rex Hoyle down around the bottom here. First driver to make the bottom and middle grooves work for him here tonight. That 54 told us last week he likes it when it gets a little greasy. He likes it when it's a little slippy out here, that you have to handle the car a little bit. He just has that middle working in these SK Modifieds. He is nosing ahead, inch by inch ahead of Brandon Massey, and now he's going to have the room to slide up in front of the 65. The 65 going to look to throw the crossover move. Not going to be able to. Rex Hoyle will take over that 6th position as Al Smith tried to scoot away just a little bit. Massey now trying to use that bottom like he saw Rex Hoyle do. Not able to. Somebody going to go around. It's going to be the number 19. That is Travis Minto. Minto and Butler get tangled up here on the front straightaway out of turn number 4. That'll bring out the second yellow flag of the evening here on lap number 18. They were battling outside the top 10 at the time of the incident. The F5 IPA machine and the racing school entry bring out the yellow flag number 2 tonight. So as that yellow flag flies, let's see if we can find where that incident or how that incident started. There you see the 10B. That is Dan Butler down to the inside. Travis Minto to the outside. There's the 42 of Terriot just behind them. Oh, Butler gets a little tight. Minto comes down just a little bit. Well, it's so hard to tell whose fault you really want to point that onto there. We'll back it up and look at it once again here in just a second. I believe we have a camera from over top watching down here tonight. Watching the 10, the black and orange car, the green number 19 to the outside. Let's watch him out of turn 4. Butler gets maybe a little bit of a wiggle, and they come close together. Maybe some netcode involved in that. So unfortunate for both of those drivers. Dan Butler looks like he's going to stay out. He's not going to come down pit road, but a lot of drivers did. AJ Rogers, Max Terriot, Brandon Massey, Travis Minto, Richard Murdoch, Kurt Smith, Brian Robinson, and Darrell Clauder. They all come down pit road here with just 20 laps in the books. As it looks like a couple drivers having some internet connection issues here tonight. There's some severe storms in the northeast here, up in the New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts area, New York also. They all rolled through Pennsylvania a little bit earlier this morning and late last night. Keep an eye on that. You just heard us refer to netcode. What is netcode? A lot of times we get that question. Well, you're watching virtual racing. A lot of these drivers are at their homes, scattered all over the country, all over the world. Coneman up there in Wisconsin, Tim Williams in Canada. Then you see Darrell Clauder. He's all the way down in Florida. So drivers all over connecting to one server. The server here tonight located in Boston, Massachusetts. So that server has to take every driver's data that they are racing from their computers and transfer it from their computer to the server back out to all the other 18 drivers in the lobby. And sometimes when that packet doesn't get to your PC just fast enough, there is something that's called a little bit of a netcode. It's a buffer, and that's what we pretty much just saw out of turn number 4 when they all got together. Unfortunately, sometimes it does happen in the virtual side of racing. It does look like the 2 of Buckley and the 10B of Dan Butler are back into the iRacing lobby, but we will see if they can carry on. Green flag will come back out. Coleman going to get another great start. This time, Dalton Williamson will be right there with him. Hacker shuffled back just a little bit. Now he runs into that 4th spot. Here comes Tim Williams. Back down to the bottom, trying to take the race lead. He's not going to be able to by the time they get to turn 3. Don Coleman's going to lead us in the Swagger In machine. He's led every lap so far here tonight. Here comes that number 1 of Dalton Williamson, though. Look a little bit farther back, and oh, boy! Dalton Williamson going to get right into the wall, and this is the big one down here in turn number 1. It's going to take Brian Hacker along with him and a handful of others. There you see the number 1 of Williamson. The BK Paints number 1 glove box racing entry. Heavy contact, and he takes it straight down on the record of pit road. So let him bring out the 3rd caution flag here this evening. We will have to really dissect this one and find out what happened. Well, let's watch this one back. Watching the 45 and the 1 as they come down here into turn 1. Oh, there's some netcode, race fans. We were just talking about it. Unfortunately, I believe that was the Higgins Hill Racing number 40 also that got involved in that one. Watch from above here. Watch the 1 and the 45 go down to the corner. There you see a little bump. That was netcode. And then right there, the right front, right into the bumper bars on that number 1. You see the Higgins Hills Motorsports car go right through there. Rob Higgins going to be coming down pit road here as we watch this replay. On board with Dalton Williamson. The motor expiring on the car. That's what forced him to come to pit road. Or tow it back to pit road. So that's unfortunate for last week's winner. See if we're able to grab a quick word with Dalton here in just a couple of seconds, as it looks like he may be out of the race. So let's see if we can get a word in with last week's winner, the number 1 of Dalton Williamson. Dalton, you got a copy and smooth up here in the booth.
Yebers.
Well, Dalton, it doesn't look like it's going to be the night that you wanted here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. What just happened out there on track?
Well, to me it looked like 45. Drove at about a 15 and a bus deep and washed up into my door.
15 and a bus deep. I don't think I've ever heard that term used here, but I can tell you what we saw here from above. And there looks like there's a little netcode going on between a lot of the drivers' personal computers, personal sim rigs, and the iRacing server here tonight. Did you see any of that out there tonight from your point of view?
Oh yeah, typical iRacing. I mean, Roger, you know how it goes. It tends to be this track too for some weird reason. It's certain tracks that it does it, and certain tracks it doesn't.
Well, it looked like a lot of damage done to that number 1 machine. Is it done for the night? We did hear the motor expire, but sometimes you might be able to get back out there.
Oh no, she done.
She's done. Well, that's going to take a big hit there for you, Dalton. Glad to see you're at least in cheerful spirits here after that incident. Hope to see you back next week when we head to the USA International Speedway.
I might be here. I don't know. I might be out on vacation, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, it must be nice for Dalton Williamson to be able to go out on vacation. The rest of us race fans were stuck at home with the COVID-19 crisis all over the world, so, well, if you can go on vacation, didn't invite me, race fans. You heard it right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Dalton Williamson, we'll get it right sooner or later, is going on vacation. But lights on the iRacing pace car for Johnny Pacer are out. It's going to be Coleman and Tim Williams. Rex Hoyle, Al Smith, AJ Rogers, Chris Fritz. Look at Fritz having himself a great night here tonight in that black number 3. And we talked about it early on in the race. That number 6, Kurt Smith, the BPG Paints number 6 of Smith. He is running right now in that. It looks like that is going to be the 7th position to his outside, the man out of Florida. That is Darryl Clauder. iRacing pace car makes the left-hand turn. Race fans, are you ready to go back racing? Because here we go from the Lucas Oil Raceway. We are going to be going back to the green flag. Green flag is in the air. 29 laps in the book. Working lap number 30, and Coleman has led every lap here tonight. Look at Chris Fritz make the aggressive move from the inside straight to the outside, but here comes Kurt Smith. Look at him in that number 6. Possibly could take another position. Here comes 96 of Al Smith. Down to the bottom of the old shed VIP graphics. The driver out of New York here tonight, running against Rex Hoyle, who's on that outside. Here comes Hoyle to the front. He finds himself now inside the top 3 for the first time tonight under the green flag circumstances. Al down on the bottom. Oh, it looks like that was the 3 up into the outside wall there. Chris Fritz a little bit. Kurt Smith and AJ Rogers still doing the side-by-side dance down the back straightaway. Al Smith trying to drift up in front of the number 3. Will Chris Fritz let him up on line? He does, so Smith will hold on to a 4th place here on this restart. He got away from the bottom groove. It's still going to be Kurt Smith, though, down on the bottom. AJ Rogers is not going to just pull over and allow that 6 right there. Smith a little bit sideways. He's not going to be able to find a home just yet. Here comes Richard Murdoch, and Murdoch actually has fresh tires on that 01 machine, and he is slicing like a hot knife through butter here coming to the front. Nobody's able to compete right now with Don Coleman. He is out front here. Has led all 32 laps, looking to come by this time and lead lap 33. He will do that at the line. Everybody single filed out. I believe you got to go back there to the Joe Strano machine, who is looking to the inside here. Max Terriol is outside him. Tim Williams looking to the inside on Coleman. Not going to really have anything doing down into turn number 3, so he goes back in line there because he knows Rex Hoyle is coming, and he is coming in a hurry. AJ Rogers down to the bottom of the number 17 Epic Media machine. Beautiful looking car for AJ Rogers here week in and week out on a Thursday night. Joe Strano still down on the bottom groove. Look at Brian Hacker. He's trying to come down and battle back here into this race. He was taken out in that last yellow flag. Joe Strano loses 2 positions there. He's going to go from running in the 10th position back to running 12th as Terriol, Higgins, and Hacker actually got around him. Looks like Josh Buckley is back out onto the racetrack, 2 laps down, the driver of the DraftTop.com entry. He is running back into the 15th position right now. Still a long way to go. He would be the lucky dog recipient if a caution flag were to wave. Look at Brandon Massey, though. He's back here also. Some damage on that 65 machine. He was battling up inside the top 10. He was looking to get into the top 5, and now he's way back here. He was down pit road for a very long time to get possibly some damage. Maybe he got damage on that wreck when Williamson and Hacker both went around after making the contact with Tim Williams. But Brandon Massey now running back here into the 14th position. Battle for the race lead, though, as Tim Williams goes down to the bottom out of turn number 4, and Rex Hoyle just fills the gap immediately. Doesn't want anybody to really get down or get back up to that outside. So now Al Smith Jr. going to take over that outside lane. Oh, look at Tim Williams go straight to the outside. Darts in between Smith and Chris Fritz. Put himself on a line there and just inserted himself right here and plug me in and go. Look at Chris Fritz, though, now have some handling issues that time out of turn number 2. Look at, is that Rogers down to the bottom? And who is that? Here comes the lunch lady of Richard Murdoch battling to try and get into the top 5 here. He'll work around A.J. Rogers to the top side. Now Smith and Rex Hoyle are getting a little racy. Here comes Hoyle out of turn number 2. He's going to go to the inside. Al Smith is going to think about going along with him to the bottom. Here comes Williams. He's going to go to the top. He's going to try to get to the outside of the South Glen Falls, New York driver. He will get there. And now Rex Hoyle going to check up both lanes down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Hoyle went to the bottom. Smith followed, and now Smith took the bait, and Smith is down there. Some some bumper bar banging. Tim Williams going to go into the outside wall after making contact with Smith. He goes from running 3rd. Now it's all the way back to the 8th position as Max Terriot is now all over the back of that 45 machine. Bumper bar rubbing here tonight. That's the 6th. That is Kurt Smith looking to the inside. Smith actually going to dive way down to the bottom. Look at A.J. Rogers. He keeps peeking like he wants to get back around Richard Murdoch, but he knows Murdoch has the fresher tires for the time being. Tim Williams says, you know what? You guys just want to rim ride around this track here tonight at the Lucas Oil Raceway. I'll go down to the bottom, and I'll try and work my way back up to the front, see if he can make it work. At the front, it's still Coleman almost leading. We're almost to the halfway point here for him. Can he make it to the halfway point? Tonight, the Checker Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series you are watching here. What a show they're putting on. So far, 3 caution flags in the first half of this race, and the battling up front here is still continuing to get heavy. Hot and heavy at the front as Hoyle is all over the back end of that 97 Swagger, and Al Smith is right there. Oh, big checkup, big moment. Hoyle gonna go up and over. A.J. Rogers involved in this. Al Smith is involved. Kurt Smith, Brian Hacker gets involved. The race line is clogged up down here. Caution flag number 4 tonight gonna come out. You see the driver of the 54 gonna take it to pit road. Let's go back here. There you see Smith and Hoyle going for the same position. Hoyle going to wind up on his lid. And then the track clogs up. Everybody piles in. A.J. Rogers gets caught up in this one. Let's watch on board here. Cockpit view with A.J. Rogers. Oh, A.J. Rogers going to shorten up the right front. And actually, the motor does expire on the 17. Looks like he was able to drive it away, but heavy, heavy damage on A.J. Rogers. So a bunch of drivers caught up in this one. As it looks like Richard Murdoch will take over the race lead here, as a lot of drivers did come down pit road. As we close in on the halfway point tonight. Travis Minto will get a lap back here, so the driver of the F5 IPA machine He will rejoin the tail of the field. It looks like right now he is running into, I believe that is the 16th position on our timing and scoring. A handful of laps down yet here tonight. It's a long way back for Travis Minto, now being scored 15 laps behind the race leader of Richard Murdoch. Chris Fritz, Tim Williams, Joe Strano, who's also down pit road. It looks like Max Terriel will actually come out. He will be your 4th position driver. Then it's Daryl Clauder running into the 5th position. Everybody else is down pit road here again. A lot of these drivers tonight having a lot of damage issues. So now with a lot of our front runners tonight being taken out here at the Lucas Oil Raceway, it could be anybody's race. Could Richard Murdoch win now that he's going to start on the front row? Maybe Chris Fritz. What about Max Terriel? Remember we saw him go for that spin early on? Lap number 1 into the inside wall. Could he make the comeback here? Could he wind up winning this one yet? You never know who's going to win. Looks like I just received a text here, race fans. Jason Dobbs out there calling it out right now that Josh Buckley will be the race winner tonight at the end of this one. Right now, Buckley, though, running into the 14th position. 4 laps down currently on our timing and scoring. And that puts him right about there. 4 laps down. He'll pull down to the inside because we're going to get the 1 to go. He'll line up towards the back of the field, but I'm looking at it right now. Coleman, Smith, Higgins, Hoyle, Rogers, all down on pit road. So a lot of drivers will not take the green flag here, potentially. So we'll go back racing just over the halfway point tonight. iRacing pace car made that left-hand turn. Here we go. Murdoch, Fritz, Williams, Terriel. Green flag back in the air here tonight. The 3 going to get a great start down to the bottom. Richard Murdoch a little bit sleepy there on that initial start, so Chris Fritz will go to the point here. Chris Fritz trying to lead his first laps of the season this year. Will he be able to come back around? The driver out of Carolina, he will lead his first laps of the year of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Murdoch, Terriel, Williams, Strano, Hacker, Smith. Then it's going to be the 5 of Daryl Clauder. He is a little bit off the pace back here, but he is running in the 8th position. That is the last driver on the lead lap because Brandon Massey is 9th. Josh Buckley is running in the 10th position. Both drivers numerous laps down, but now new players at the front of the field here tonight. Rex Hoyle, though, has called it a night. So the driver who finished 3rd on the podium last week, he will be credited with, it looks like currently, a 15th place finish. We'll see if that stands as the night goes on. Chris Fritz driving away, though. Joe Strano battling with the number 11 of Brian Hacker. I believe that's the 65 of Brandon Massey diving to the inside there on the 2 of Buckley. Not a battle for position. Strano will fall back into the 7th spot as Kurt Smith was able to get around him. And now here comes that 65 of Brandon Massey. It is not a battle for position on the racetrack currently between these 2 drivers. Brandon Massey still going to go around the outside here. Up front, you just can't touch Chris Fritz right now. 56 laps about to be put into the book, and Fritz, for somebody that hasn't led a lot of laps, looks like he is pretty comfortable up there. But Max Terriel, the storm from the north, trying to battle the lunch lady from down south. Murdoch, what an upset it would be if Murdoch was able to run the next, call it 43 laps of racing here at the Lucas Oil Raceway, clean and green, and walk away with a podium. The guy's been on vacation for 2 weeks. It's only a second ever start into the SK Modified divisions of anything on iRacing. He got it because, well, he needs something to race, and why not jump in the SK Modifieds and get yourself some seat time? So Murdoch here tonight trying to do what he can do. He battles with Max Terriel on a Monday night in the Scrambler Series. Now he's trying to do it here on a Thursday night. There you see the side-by-side battle there with the 43 of Joe Strano to the inside. That is Josh Buckley to his outside. Not a battle for position on the racetrack. Dan Butler behind them. The Racing School 10B entry goes around Darrell Clauter. Not battling for position there. Darrell Clauter runs into the 8th position. The final driver onto our lead lap as we're going to come by this time. And we will get just 40 laps to go at the line this time for the driver of the number 3. Pretty impressed, though, that Richard Murdoch has been able to hold off Max Theriault, who has been lurking him. There you see, you can hear the throttle response there by Richard Murdoch. A little bit off the throttle to get it to turn. Look at the 45. There's Tim Williams down to the inside. 2 of your Canadian drivers doing the side-by-side battle here on lap 62. Not good enough there as Theriault's able to hang on to that. Oh, Murdoch up into the outside wall. Jumps that, we're calling a little bit of a cushion. Here comes Max Theriault down to the bottom. And Richard Murdoch run the good off the tires. He's going to battle back to the outside of Theriault down out of turn number 4. Through the front straightaway. Back down into turn number 1. Can Murdoch retain that second position, or is the 42 going to pounce here? Little sideways, big bobble that time for Theriault out of turn number 2, side by side. Oh, Murdoch going to get Nerf barred into the outside wall. Now it seems like Theriault going around here. Going to bring out the caution. Joe Strano into, oh boy, side impact from the 43 to the 42. Going to bring out the 5th caution flag here of the evening. And it looks like Joe Strano's motor may have just expired on that entry. So hard racing up front here, gonna cause a yellow flag to be thrown with on lap 64, I believe that was. Let's watch it back. There you see the Murdoch machine to the outside, the 42 down to the bottom. Nerf bar for the 42 to the 01, and then, oh boy, 42 of Theriault. The car just went around on him, and Joe Strano nowhere to go. Strano was committed down to the bottom as everybody was up to the top side of the track. Riding on board here, there you see the incident up in front of Joe Strano, and Strano really gets on the brakes, just not hard enough, not soon enough for the 43 of Joe Strano. Made the contact there and lost the motor on that machine. So a couple drivers wrapped up in that one. It's going to change hands now at the front of the field. It's going to be the 45 of Tim Williams leading the race now at the Lucas Oil Raceway. Tim Williams running all 3 races so far this season, and he has finished actually all 4 races, 3 of them being counted towards his best finishes of the season. Has not led a lap so far this year. At Lanier to open up the season, he ran and finished into the 20th position, 12th at North Wilkesboro the next week. Oxford Plains was 15th, and then it was a 19th at Concord. And now here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway, he finds himself leading. He has not led any green flag laps this season. When we go back to racing, it looks like it could be his first potential lap under green being led, but he will nonetheless be in the record book this season for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. We got to thank all of our fans and all of our, all the friendly staff up there at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. It is a family-owned and operated business, and they pride themselves on being an independent auto store. If you're looking for friendly and knowledgeable staff, as well as reliable auto parts, you've come to the right place. It's the Checkered Flag Auto Supply up there located in Ayer, Massachusetts. That is 103 Park Street, Ayer, Massachusetts. Look them up online or just dial them up, 978-772-2315. Get all your parts from our friends over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Just like that iRacing pace car, the Mustang's lights do go out here. 68 laps will be completed tonight when we go back to the green flag racing out of the 100 scheduled. Looking at it right now, it looks like there are 7 drivers onto the lead lap. Joe Strano is down pit road with an expired motor in the Green Forestry Supply 43. But we are back to the green flag racing. Williams and Murdoch on the front row. Murdoch's got some fresh tires. The 45 of Williams does not. Murdoch will go straight to the bottom and see if he can drive around that 45. Will he be able to slide up? He will not be able to slide up, but he'll be able to battle down the back straightaway. Tim Williams powers around the outside, and he'll retain the race lead here. But Murdoch gonna battle straight back. Look at Kurt Smith down to the bottom. Brian Hacker's right there. Look at Chris Fritz. He's gonna make an aggressive move down to the inside of the 01 of Murdoch. Sideways for the 3 there. Chris Fritz trying to get back to the point, but he is going to lose a spot because there goes the 11 Illinois of Brian Hacker. Hacker will take over position number 3 here. We're going to get 30 laps to go here tonight. Chris Fritz trying to, oh, that's into the outside wall for Kurt Smith. Fritz had to lift there to avoid running into the 6 there of Smith. So they actually lose ground to your top 3. Williams, Murdoch, and Hacker will come back across the line to complete another lap. Murdoch got those fresh tires, but what will he be able to do with those fresh tires? Tim Williams going to leave the outside lane open for the time being. Murdoch not able to capitalize on it. That time by at the start-finish line. About 0.2 of a second separating your top 2. Kurt Smith still being hounded by the number 3 of Chris Fritz back here. They are running 4th and 5th on the track. Just behind them, Darrell Clauter running into that 6th position. Max Terriel is still out here on track, but that 42 may be wounded at this point. He's running in the 7th spot, and it looks like it is down on power for the 42 of Max Terriel. Brandon Massey is in the 8th position. Then it's Buckley in 9th, and Strano still holds on to the 10th position, but it is all the man out front. What can he do? Is it his night? He's started back into the 4th position. Brian Hacker looking to the inside on Richard Murdoch. Not going to be able to do anything that time out of turn 4, so he'll try it again, this time out of turn number 2. Can the 11 Illinois of Hacker get himself a good run off the corner? Murdoch bobbles. It's going to close in. Hacker just a little bit onto the back bumper. Will Hacker be able to hack up that 01 of Richard Murdoch? Murdoch left the top lane open, but Hacker was already committed to go down to the bottom. Hacker and Murdoch back to the top side in turns 1, turn 2. They kind of come off the top side. They drift back up against the outside wall. Just 25 laps to go. Oh, that was Smith into the outside wall. Here comes Fritz to the bottom. Fritz is going to slide up in front of the PPG number 6 of Kurt Smith. That'll put Fritz back into 4th. He is up 14 positions tonight. That puts Smith back into 5th. He's up 14 positions tonight. Darrell Clauter up 11 spots, running in 6th. He's right there. If something were to happen in front of him, he is there to pounce. Hacker down to the bottom, trying to catfish here tonight at the Lucas Oil Raceway. Doesn't last very long for Hacker, though, because he goes right back to the top side. Now we got a good run that time out of turn number 2. Will he be able to go to the bottom on Richard Murdoch? Not yet. Tries to back up the corner a little bit. Lets Murdoch sail it off. Tries to come underneath him. Still doesn't quite have enough to run over or run to the inside to get the run on the 01 of Richard Murdoch. So Murdoch will still hold on. He's going to slide that time through the 1 and 2. Now Hacker looks back down to the bottom. Not going to be able to do it once again. Tucks back in line. Your top 3 drivers, though, have opened up a 1-second gap over Chris Fritz. But as the laps click down here, the racing is going to get hot. The racing going to get heavier tonight. One driver into the wall. I believe that was Darrell Clauter jumping up over the edge here tonight in turns 1 and 2. Losing a little bit of ground to Kurt Smith and Chris Fritz. Max Terriel still on the hunt here. He is rolling back here in the 7th position. To the inside of him right now, it's the number 40. It's the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Higgins Hill Racing Machine. Rob Higgins running in the 12th position. So that is not a battle on track right now, though. If Higgins can stay and complete this lap, there it is. He'll move up to the 11th spot, actually, on the timing and scoring. A couple laps before he would find Travis Minto, but Minto is still out there roaming around the racetrack tonight. The F5 IPA entry is running in 10th. 15 laps down to the race leader of Williams. Murdoch starting to lose a little ground here. Looking to the inside once again. Hacker trying to get around because he knows he's got to go. He knows the laps are winding down. He'll go back to the bottom once again on Murdoch. Sideways for Brian Hacker. He's going to lose all that ground that he just made up, and he's going to allow Fritz and Smith to kind of weasel back into the picture here tonight. Murdoch almost into the wall that time out of turn number 2. Just 16 more laps around this track here tonight. Tim Williams trying to win his first ever race. Richard Murdoch, I think his best finish was about a 10th place last season when he made his only start with the SK Modifieds. What does he have left in the tank? Something with Smith. Smith looks like he's coming down pit road. Kurt Smith going to pull the PPG Mobile 1 number 6 into pit road. See if he's able to get back out there. That'll move Darrell Clauter up into the 5th position. Max Terriot will take over 6th. We stay green with 15 to go. Now the 01 of Murdoch has caught that 45. Hacker's right there applying the pressure too. Where will Tim Williams go in turn number 1? He goes to the top side. Murdoch follows suit. So does the 11 of Hacker. Murdoch trying to turn underneath the 45. Does he have, he does have the fresher tires, but does he have the momentum? Does he know where to put that 01 machine to make the pass? Kurt Smith leaves pit road. He comes back out onto the track after a 41-second pit stop there. The 01 of Richard Murdoch not able to find a home or a way to get around right now because here comes Hacker. He'll fill the gap to the outside, and now he will look to try and work around the outside on Richard Murdoch. Murdoch to the bottom. He had the shorter way around turns 3 and 4, and he takes back that 2nd position. Just 12 laps to go that time at the line. It's Williams. It's Murdoch. It's Hacker. It's Fritz, Clauter, and Terriot, your top drivers. Darrell Clauter is starting to make up some ground. He is starting to close in on your front pack. Does Darrell Clauter have something stuck up his sleeve here tonight? Last time by at the line for your lead lap cars, Darrell Clauter was the fastest driver on track. That time by, once again, he was the fastest driver on track. So Darrell Clauter, if he keeps up the pace that he is running here tonight, he will catch the race leaders with about 6, 7 laps to go. And then what will he do with that number 5 machine? Because still out front here, look at them. They are literally bumper bar to bumper bar down the straightaway. Your front 3, throw them under the blanket. Look at Hacker try and force the number 1 down below to go battle that 45. He gets him to take the bait. Now does Hacker stay high? Because Murdoch's going to go way down low. See if he can find a little grip down there. He's got his hands full coming out of turn 4. Murdoch going to slide. Hacker going to pull side by side with 9 laps to go. Now Hacker has the outside, the preferred line, but Murdoch's going to go down there. He is going to drive that 01 machine. Now he's going to go wheel to wheel with Hacker, pull a little bit ahead down the back straightaway, and oh boy, almost contact there between the 01 and the 45. The haymakers are starting to be thrown here tonight. The gloves are off. Murdoch going to run about the middle groove. Hacker trying to move down a little bit. Williams maybe running the good. Murdoch gonna lead him off of turn number 2 by the nose of that 01 machine. Did he find some grip in the middle of the track? Murdoch back down to the bottom. Williams gonna run the top side. Murdoch sideways, gonna lose it. Williams into the outside wall. Hacker into the number 45. Caution flag on the speedway. Williams being turned around here from the race lead. Bringing out the 6th caution flag of the evening. What a battle that one was. This might take us into extra innings here tonight at the Lucas Oil Raceway for the Checkered Flag SK Modified Series. We'll find that out after we go back here and watch this battle. We were watching it live at the front of the field. Let's see what we can see. Oh, Williams up into the outside wall, and then Hacker, as he was full throttle, just made the slightest contact there. At that point, you're not trying to lift because you don't want to give up the track position that you get. Let's go over the top here. There you see Murdoch down there. Murdoch slides Williams into the outside wall. Hacker, just by the slightest of bumper bars, gets Williams, and Williams goes around. On board here with Brian Hacker. Oh, and a little bumper or sidebar rub in there, Nerf bars. So that's what brings out this 6th caution flag here. Being shown that Brian Hacker will be the race leader. Then it's Richard Murdoch, Chris Fritz, Darrell Lauder, and Tim Williams will be scored in the 5th position. I believe Brandon Massey was the lucky dog recipient, I believe. So that should put him back onto the lead lap here. Tim Williams is sitting down on pit road. He's still on the lead lap. We'll see if he can hang on to the lead lap here or if he will go down a lap. Down there getting some tires on that 45 machine. Kurt Smith is still on the, or actually it looks like he is 1 lap down currently. He had to make that unexpected pit stop and comes out running in the 8th position. 1 lap down. So now we're going to a shootout here at the end of this one. What's better than some free extra innings racing? We're calling it the extra innings because the Major League Baseball back on television here. The Major League Baseball season finally starting here in America. I believe it was the Washington Nationals and the New York Yankees tonight playing for the first time this season. Washington trying to defend their championship. Just like Hacker's trying to defend the race lead right now. Hacker does have a win to his name this season. The driver that is a rookie. He won the season opener. He is 2nd in points. He won back at Lanier after leading 51 laps out of that 100 scheduled. Had a 4th place finish at North Wilkesboro, 2nd place at Oxford Plains, and then it was Concord. It just kind of bit him. It was a 12th place finish there. He came in tonight 4 points out of the points lead, and with Dalton Williamson having some issues finishing 19th here tonight, it could be the night that Brian Hacker needed. Al Smith also having some problems. He was 3rd. A.J. Rogers problems. And instantly, iRacing pace car down and away, and we go green flag racing. Hacker, Murdoch slamming on the gas here tonight. Everybody trying to get what they can get. 2 laps to go here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. Hacker and Murdoch side by side here off of turn number 2. Hacker touching the outside wall. Murdoch, though, going to lose the grip. He's going to lose the battle for the race lead. Slides up the track, and now he's sideways. He's going to wad him up down here in turn number 3. That's going to bring back out the caution flag as Richard Murdoch loses control of the 0-1 as he was going for the battle for the race lead. 7th caution flag of the night. Murdoch will roll that 0-1 away, but it looks like it will be a disappointing finish for him. Chris Fritz also involved in that one, unfortunately. Fritz was having himself a very good night here tonight. So let's watch it back. What does the truck have queued up for us here? See that 0-1, that orange and red machine. There you see, oh, maybe, was there a bump? I couldn't tell from the camera angle. Then Murdoch went to catch it. Darrell Lauder involved in that. That looks like that is Rob Higgins also involved. Travis Minto just going to stop up on the top side of the raceway. Higgins has to take the tow back to pit road. Let's see if we can go from over top. This camera never lies. No contact there between the 3 and the 01. Just Murdoch goes to correct it and just finally catches, and it hooks back into the outside wall hard, taking the 3 of Fritz along with him. Watch that black number 3. On board with Chris Fritz. There was just nothing Chris Fritz was going to do. He was along for the ride, and then so much damage he actually had to take the tow to pit road with that machine. And that'll take us to a couple extra laps, extending the race here tonight. Trying to see who's left on the lead lap here. Looks like 3 drivers on the lead lap. Brian Hacker, Darrell Clauder, Brandon Massey will be the 3 drivers on the lead lap, I believe. Then, Kurt Smith might actually still be on that lead lap, so we'll see if he can get back out onto the raceway. Battle of Nutrition here tonight from the Lucas Oil Raceway. But race fans, we got to thank every single one of you for tuning in here tonight. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply is going to be in full swing here this week, as they are going to have to rebuild these SK Modifieds to get ready to go racing next week from Florida, down there at Lakeland, Florida, for the USA International Speedway. So they will line up like this. Hacker to the outside, Darrell Clauder down to the bottom, with Brandon Massey starting in 3rd. And then Kurt Smith did get back out there, but he will start tail end of the field here because he was the waiver round recipient under this caution flag. iRacing pace car down and away. Let's see. Going to be 2-lap shootout here. Green flag pending in the air. Green flag back in the air, and Hacker going to get a great start. Darrell Clauder possibly missing a shift. Here comes Brandon Massey to the outside, and something wrong with Darrell Clauder here. Clauder not trying, or maybe not getting through the gearboxes. He's going to lose 3rd. Kurt Smith gets around him. Hacker, though, set sail. Will he be able to win this race? Here comes the 2 of Josh Buckley. That's not the battle for the race lead, though. Buckley is down a lap. Hacker takes the white flag. 1 more lap to go here tonight. 1 more lap remaining here in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series, and it's going to be Brian Hacker coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. He will win the 2nd race of the season for himself. Hacker wins tonight here at Lucas Oil. 3rd is going to be the 65 of Brandon Massey. That's 2nd for Massey, 3rd for Kurt Smith. Then it's Darrell Clauder possibly being scored in that 5th position. Terriel rallies back for a 5th spot. Then it's going to be Josh Buckley, Richard Murdoch, Chris Fritz, Tim Williams, and Travis Minto rounding out the top 10. Race winner of Brian Hacker, though. What a night it could have been from the start. Hacker started there in that 5th position, had himself a strong car in the early going, just got wrapped up in an incident, had to go to the back, and came through all the mayhem back there. Try to do a little bit of a burnout. Hacker maybe possibly forgetting how to do one here. Now he'll finally get a little smoke lit from the tires. He'll do some celebrating, and while he celebrates, we're a step away, and we'll be back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Lucas Oil Raceway. Round number 5 here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series is officially in the books, and we have caught up with your top 2 drivers here tonight. One of the drivers had himself an up and down night, and let's get right to the post-race show with him. He's standing here. It's the driver out of Illinois, the driver of the 11 Illinois. Hacker, how the heck did you manage to battle back here to find yourself in a spot to win this race?
I have no idea. After that incident we got caught up in early in the race, I think luckily it was early enough that we were able to come down pit road and the crew was able to kind of bang some sheet metal out and straighten some of the suspension out. But when I first got caught up in that thing with about 70 to go, the right front wasn't pointing straight. So I thought our night was over. I mean, the fact that we finished on the lead lap, let alone win this thing, is kind of a miracle.
Yeah, a little bit of a battle of nutrition for yourself out there, but it's got to feel pretty good knowing that some of your competition like Al Smith and Dalton Williamson were all caught up in early incidents, and you came in with only a 4-point deficit to the points lead. That means you're going to leave here tonight as the points leader.
Yeah, we had some fortunate luck last week, so it was. I guess this is kind of the luck of the draw, or the law of averages kind of coming back around and favoring us a little bit. So we'll take it. I don't want to see any of those guys, wreck out. Tonight was pretty rough. We've had some really good racing the first few weeks, and tonight, I think it was just a combination of this car with the low power on this track where you don't really even have to brake all that much at all. I think it just it bunched us all up and caused a few issues, but we're happy with it. Not how we wanted it necessarily, but we'll take it either way.
Yeah, so that'll put you at the points leader as we go into the next round, which is the USA International Speedway. How do you feel about that? It's a lot of bit different than what we had here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely different. A little more of a finesse track than tonight. You just kind of mash it and go here at IRP. Next week, you'll definitely have to, run a consistent line. A little more finesse in the wheel, a little more finesse in the throttle, which actually suits me a little bit better. Should be pretty good at USA. Looking forward to it, and hopefully we bring Lady Luck with us.
Well, take Lady Luck back to your hauler here and have a little fun tonight, Brian, but we're going to roll the red carpet out for you. Hand you the microphone. Who do you got to thank? Because we're not getting any Corona tonight because Dalton Williamson's not coughing on the mic for you.
Yeah, we're fortunate there, but thanks to Lady Luck, but thanks more importantly to my fiance Amanda, who may or may not be watching, so she doesn't have to worry. Lady Luck's not coming back with us tonight, but thanks to Carbon Junction, Narrative Coffee, Austin Designs for painting this thing out, Smith Racing Inc. Big shout out to you and what you do, Josh, and what he does with this league. It's been a lot of fun joining up with this league, and hell of a run for that 65 car that finished right behind us too. Talk about up and down night. He was a lap down until the very end of this thing and comes home P2. So proud to have him right next to me on the podium.
Well, there you heard it from your winner tonight out of Illinois. It's going to be Brian Hacker being the second 2-time winner this season. He'll put his name right alongside Dalton Williamson, but he will now take over the championship hunt. Will he be able to kind of extend that lead next week at the USA International Speedway? We'll find that out next week as we head to the next driver. He's just standing here patiently waiting, twiddling his thumbs. Brandon Massey, are you tired of talking to me yet this week?
Nah, not at all, Roger, man. I get to come up here and talk to you, dude. I have a freaking blast.
Well, it's good to see you have another great run here on the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. It's not a win, but it's a second-place finish, and the way you got back here to second place, it's got to feel at this point like you're being parked in victory lane.
Yeah, it does. We, from 2 laps down back to P2, I had told Brian and Al, we consider teammates. I said, once I got my last lap back, I said, I'd really like to get up here and contend for a win. I said, if we get a caution on that green-white checker, and sure enough, and then I found myself setting P3, and I'm not sure what happened to Daryl there, but we ended up P2, and yeah, we'll take it, man. You don't give up. You don't give up on these races, and that's the big thing about this race team is you don't give up. You go in, you work on your stuff, and you continue to battle. And when you do that, this is what happens. Dad has told me time and time again, man, just keep battling, keep plugging, and you'll get there. And here we are, P2. find a better guy to finish behind other than Brian, man. He's super awesome, and we've got to race each other quite a bit on various different types of racetracks. So congratulations to him. But, yeah, man, the momentum carries on, man. P2, we're excited.
Yeah, it's a long way from the Pocono International Raceway where you were able to win just a couple nights ago here. But talk about this racetrack here, Lucas Oil Raceway. Is there anything that you can take away from tonight to be able to apply to the next couple races that are coming up at USA or Thompson or even over at the ISM Raceway? Is there anything you guys can take away that you've learned here tonight and apply it to the next 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think so. I think with me and these cars, man, every single night that we sit down in them, it's all about learning. And I have very limited time in these cars and around a lot of these short tracks. And so to have teammates like Al and Brian to lean on and kind of gain some suggestions from is always good. But, you know, every single night is a learning curve, and we continue to learn. And backing up the entries and rolling the centers and powering off, things like that. So I'm sure there's things that we can learn, that we can apply moving forward, and that's just the goal, is to continue to learn and move forward and continue these streaks of top 10 runs that we're having.
Well, congratulations on a second-place finish, though. But, Brandon, is there anybody you got to thank that makes it all possible for this 65 machine to come out here and run around these short tracks all over the country on the iRacing.com platform?
Absolutely. You probably know this better than I do. But
you want me to recite it for you?
Yeah, if you want to. First and foremost, man, I want to thank the good Lord above. Without him, we couldn't do what we do. Shout out to my wife, as always. Love her to death, man. She's a big supporter. And she gives me crap every time I make a podium, but I don't win. She's like, well, it ain't first, but that Pocono win was awesome. So she really got to celebrate with me on that. But shout out to Mom and Dad, man. Dad, he texted me, and like he always does. And my grandpa's doing a little bit better over there, and he's going to have his surgery on Monday. So continue to prayers for that. But shout out to Uncle Tim, man. He's watching from above. We know he is. And, you know, every race, we always give a shout-out to Uncle Tim, so shout-out to him. The Old Shed VIP Graphics and Designs, I don't know, we mentioned this the other night, Roger, but we do have a shed now, so watch us on Facebook Live every Friday night, tomorrow night, starting at 7 Eastern. Shout-out to my teammates, Brian Hacker and Al Smith Jr., man, those are great guys. Shout-out to Big Country Co-House, I always do. My boy Greg Howard, man, we just we get to come up here and talk to you all the time, man. We're having a good time. Good season so far.
Well, it's good to hear from you again, Brandon. Congratulations here on your podium finish. Coming home third here tonight, driver of that number 6 PPG Mobile 1 entry out of Indiana, Kurt Smith, is going to rally back into finishing in a podium position. Best finish in the SK Modified Series here on a Thursday night for Kurt Smith. And, well, just congratulations to him here tonight. Not able to get a word in with him. Maybe we'll be able to catch a word before next week's race. He finishes in that third spot. That's your top 3 finishers here tonight. Congratulations to all 3 of them. Let's take a quick look, though, here at our race results from the Lucas Oil Raceway. Coming home P1, you heard from Brian Hacker, Brandon Massey, Kurt Smith third. Max Terriot did rally back for a 4th-place finish. Derek Lauder having some, I believe, gearbox issues on that number 5 on that final restart. Drops from the 2nd position all the way back to 5th. Josh Buckley, after some networking issues, comes back to the 6th position. Chris Fritz, what a night it could have been for the driver of that number 3, but it's going to be only a 7th-place finish. Murdoch almost came here to pull the upset tonight, but was not able to quite do it. He'll finish 8th on the timing and scoring. Tim Williams, what a night. He ran up front for a lot of this race, but he only is going to come home 9th. Travis Minto rallies back for a top 10 finish this season. He brings the F5 IPA machine home 10th. Dan Butler is 11th. Brian Robinson going to be 12th. Rob Higgins going to bring the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40 home 13th. Joe Shrano 14th. Don Coleman, who started up front here tonight, unfortunately is going to finish 15th. 16th is going to go to Al Smith Jr. with a little bit of a rough night. Rex Hoyle also a rough night, along with A.J. Rogers. A couple of those drivers that were up front for a lot of the race going to wind up a little bit farther down than they would like. 19th and final position here tonight. He was your points leader coming into the night. He'll finish 84 laps down the glove box racing number 1 of Dalton Williamson. It's going to be 19th. Well, with him finishing 19th, that means he's going to lose the championship hunt going in to the USA International Speedway. That means Brian Hacker takes over the championship hunt as we close in on the halfway point of the season. Is Hacker going to hit the stride now, or did Massey all of a sudden find Lady Luck? And will he be able to run down Hacker in the championship hunt? We'll have to find that out just next week when we head to the USA International Speedway. But that's going to do it for things here tonight at the Lucas Oil Raceway. We got to thank you, race fans, for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you go over there and shoot them an email, give them a call, give them a ring on the old telephone. Find them on Facebook. It's the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. If you're ever up there in Ayer, Massachusetts, just swing on by. Say hi. Friendly, knowledgeable staff up there can get you whatever you need. But right now, what we need is to take a little bit of a break out of this exciting action. We're doing it all again just next Thursday night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.